Boko Haram should lay their arms unconditionally and be accepted in the community. Opportunities are out there for them. They can be rehabilitated. An ex-Boko Haram stands having laid his arms and comes back, turns his way away from his negativity. He stands to be a president of this country. He stands to aspire to any position in this country.
On the 8th of March 2025, the sad news broke when the Supreme Court of Nigeria upheld the judgment of an appeal court to sentence one Sunday Jackson to death because he defended himself against intruder. This will take us on the story.
Sunday Jackson, and I'm not a lawyer, I'm a human rights advocate. Sunday Jackson, by anyone's estimation, is totally innocent. And the issue where this man was out farming, minding his own business, and then the attacker came and a struggle ensued. And of course, this man is going to defend himself. That's why we call it self-defense. And yet today, we were at the Nigerian Supreme Court, and it was very brief. It was only about maybe 2 minutes long. And we just wept at the failure of the Nigerian Supreme Court to say that this man, and they had the opportunity to say this man was totally innocent. We haven't seen all the ins and outs of the decision, but we had the opportunity to meet this humble farmer, this young man who unfortunately his wife abandoned him, had been on death row for 10 years. So Sunday Jackson has now become an international case.
When this video surfaced on the internet, many Nigerians begin to ask questions as to what is the reason for the Supreme Court to uphold that judgment and sentence this young man, Sunday Jackson, to death because of the fact that he defended himself against intruders. The question in the minds of many Nigerians is that what becomes of them when someone comes to take something from them? They believe that we have a law, and they believe that there is something that is called self-defense. Looking at this video playing on your screen, this is just like a village somewhere as far as Benue State. And it happens on this fateful morning that a man called James went to his farm to harvest his cassava. And then he met this group of people with their cattle. And what did he see them doing? You know, harvesting his cassava, cutting them and giving them to their cows to eat. Then, out of curiosity, he approached them. Maybe he pushed them and they begin to have an argument. As a result of that, maybe this young man called James was attacked by those people and was subdued. Another person, maybe called John, came up and then decided to defend Mr. James. Then this resulted into him subduing the people who came along with their cattle to harvest their cassava. At the end of the day, the case gets to the association of the cattle, and they went to court and then get an injunction and all of that. At the end of the day, the young man called John is being sentenced to death. This is typically the story of Sunday Jackson. Now, when you look at it carefully, you will agree with me, based on the video that you have watched so far, that Mr. Sunday Jackson may not have been in the farm alone. He might have been with one or two persons. The intruders might have, succeeded in taking one out, and in retaliation resulted into what happened, him killing one of them. In return, that may not even be the case which has been to court and the judgment has been passed. But with this scenario, you being a farmer, you being the one who has spent months in the farm trying to cultivate your land, do all the necessary things, and then when it comes to harvesting period, you find exactly this going on in your farm. What would be your response? what will you do? Will you carry a machete and go straight away to take down the life of those that brought those cattle into your farm? Will you confront them? Then what becomes of your life? Many people as of today are afraid of going to farm because of the fact that if they do, the Fulani people will bring their cattle to eat their crops, and if at all they retaliate as a result of that, the Nigerian government will defend them and they will now be sentenced to death or be imprisoned. Do not forget that in the past we had the spokesperson of the army saying,
an ex-Boko Haram stands having laid his arms and comes back, turns his way away from his negativity. He stands to be a president of this country. He stands to aspire to any position in this country. Why is he wasting his time when he cannot even deliver? We will do that. But we have appealed to them, including their detractors, their collaborators, to see reason to, as fast as possible, quickly drop their arms so that we can once again reoccupy our peaceful position in Nigeria and Borno State.
Is it not more profitable to a Nigerian youth who has no means of education, who has no job, and then he is being invited by the Boko Haram actors and given arm to go and fight the Nigerian government, kill the army, kill the soldiers, kill Nigerian citizens, rape our women? At the end of the day, the Nigerian government, we said, we are forgiving you because you laid down your arms and welcome you back into the community, and it's been given some money and even scholarship. Who lose, who gain? You see? So for that reason, you see many people are no longer going to farm, and you see the food inflation in Nigeria as of today. You have seen a lot of issues going on in Nigeria as of today. Who is behind all of this? Could there be any invisible hand in all of this drama playing in Nigeria today? Let me have you take at the comment section. Thank you for watching.
For those of them that will listen to the words of wisdom, that will listen and think as a true Nigerian, the best for them is to lay their arms. It is the only way that we can move forward. But as a professional soldier, we will continue to do what we know best doing, and that is to continue to project our effort in a modern, determined effort. We will continue to do that. We will not be distracted by some of the activities of our detractors, by the activities of some of the collaborators.